Hi, my name is Jim Anderson. I'm the head of sales for Earth Networks. I'm very happy to have the opportunity to talk to everyone today and discuss this really neat partnership that Earth Networks has with Viamo on the 321 service, and really talk about moving toward a sustainable and accessible weather forecast delivery model for vulnerable populations. And at the outset, I want to thank David McAfee of Viamo and Ari Davidov from Earth Networks. They've really spearheaded this partnership over 3+ years now, and it's been a really gratifying example of how companies can work together with government agencies and local interests to provide weather information, basic weather information, to the most vulnerable communities to support their livelihood and safety. Just to give a quick overview, we've partnered with Viamo to work on their 321 service. The 321 service provides weather and other information, health, agronomic, and other news information to end users in vulnerable communities through a very simple platform that works kind of in the lowest common denominator for end users with the simplest phones and means of communication. So the forecasts are easily accessible in local language, and users can either dial a short code or dial into a mobile number to get an interactive voice response IVR system where they can receive that information. Surveys have been conducted to see how the end users are benefiting and using the information, and we'll relay some of that information here in the presentation. The weather forecasts have been listened to over 6 million times per year, and over 12% of users use the weather forecast information. I'll get into some of those details in the slides here. Just a quick little overview on the impact of the 321 service. It's a freely available service to those who generally don't otherwise have the means to access it. Via a mobile phone short code in a local language, via SMS or IVR, end users have access to a wide variety of really valuable information for their day-to-day livelihood. And it's particularly valuable for isolated communities or communities where literacy is limited and they need that information. It's currently available in over 18 countries with 110 million subscribers have access to it. Over 5 million unique users use the information, and then on a regular basis, over 400,000 folks are accessing the information, and in 2019, over 25 million messages were delivered to end users. And here's kind of how it works. An end user dials a toll-free hotline for the 321 service, and then they listen to voice prompts. They choose the local language that they want to hear the information in, and then they follow tailored prompts to the weather or other information that they want to listen to. If it's weather information, they can listen to a 6-day forecast and current conditions, and then that information will be updated automatically and can be accessed on demand free of charge. And so here's how much the weather information is being used. Currently, the Earth Networks weather information is available through the 321 service to these communities in 11 countries in Africa and Asia. There's a total subscriber base of over 75 million subscribers that can access the information. 2.6 million unique subscribers listened to the Earth Networks weather information in 2019, and that pace continues in 2020. There's about 223,000 unique users each month on the system. So we continue to see that incremental adoption of the weather information. And the local weather reports have been listened to over 6.2 million times in 2019. So each one of those is a time when an end user was getting that update weather information that's particularly important to them. And of course, doing this not only requires partnership between Earth Networks and Viamo, but also work with other local organizations. So Viamo creates the partnerships with the mobile network operators, the MNOs, that make this possible, that provide the service to the end subscribers. And then we work with national Met Hydromet agencies to utilize the information within those countries as well. And here's a great example with Medair in Madagascar, where Medair partnered with Viamo to deliver the climate risk messages and disaster alerts through their 930 hotline. And in addition to providing the basic weather information, the forecast information in Madagascar, Earth Networks is providing weather information to Medair, and we've deployed a lightning detection network in the country so that early warning, severe weather early warning alerts can also be provided in that area. And here we showed some information on how actively the weather information is used within the system. Weather is one of the top couple of content categories, as you would expect. There's a lot of really great health information, agronomic information, and other news that's provided. And weather is one of those top 3 or 4 content categories that end users are seeking and utilizing when they come to the 321 service. And the weather information that's provided is really quite basic, but it's just that simple information that is necessary. It's the current conditions and the 6-day weather forecast. That weather forecast includes information about precipitation, wind, and cloud cover, which are particularly important to for agronomic or other types of decision making that users are using the service for. And then we also have a push alert system for dangerous thunderstorm alerts. So if there's approaching severe weather in the areas where that's available, end user would receive an alert. And I won't read through all these slides, but I encourage you to pause and read through these examples. These are summaries from interviews that were done with end users, giving a really great view into exactly how they're using the information to support their day-to-day needs. So these are farmers making daily agronomic decisions, whether to plant or to spray, whether to hire work crews to work on their crops or not. And likewise for fishermen, whether or not they should fish, dry fish, etc. So these are all really important, day-to-day livelihood decisions that end users are using this information for. And it's really gratifying to hear these examples, and I think eye-opening to see how these vulnerable and isolated communities can gain benefit from this information. That concludes the presentation for today. Again, I want to thank Viamo for their partnership in working on this, and thank all the MNOs and other local partners that have participated in making the weather information available to these communities. I think it's a great example how different private sector organizations can work within a sustainable business model to bring information to these most vulnerable and hard to reach communities throughout throughout the developing world. Thank you very much and have a great day.